Prompt in. We're going to run you through our prompt-in playbook today. We know it is a hot topic. Everyone's lost. What do I do? How do I make it great? How on earth do you get effective prompts out of ChatGPT? I have some wonderful news for you today, and that is that it is easier than you might think it is. So we're going to run through. We're going to also not hearing me. Is everyone having that same issue? Okay, let's hope. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Look at that interaction. I love when you all help. So we can. Beautiful. Prompting goodness. So we're going to go through my slides in a second. And we had a little wobble. There you go. We had a bit of an internet wobble, but we're up now. We're zooming in. Okay, prompt in. Number one thing, try and use a structure that works. This is ours, okay? But what I want you to do is not go on your laptop and get in a type-in funnel trying to write a perfect prompt. Perfectionism is one of the things that absolutely kills creativity when it comes to prompting. Instead, I want you to play some theater games, some role play. I want you to go through this conversation with a colleague or with a friend, with a parent, whatever it happens to be. And I want you to pretend that you are in front of someone actually asking them to do the task you want. Now, getting into that natural rhythm of conversation is one of the things that makes prompts actually work. We've been having conversations and telling stories for thousands, tens of thousands of years around the world. I come from Australia, the oldest living culture where they've told stories to last a lifetime. Do the same thing. Tell a story. So let's think of a goal or a task, okay? And I'm going to play this out as if I was with a colleague. So, hey, I really want you to write a fundraising email for me. It is all about thanking someone who is just registered for our peer-to-peer fundraising challenge, okay? And be natural. So if you were in front of someone, what would you do to bring that to life? What resources would you give them, equip them with? Maybe our fundraising playbook, the top 10 insights about what headlines work, our key messages, our branding. And importantly, what do you want and need? Is it personality? Is it sincereness? Is it clarity? Do you want it to be long or short? What are all of those juicy features that come out in what you want and also what you need? And those two things, want and need, is really important. A big one that people miss in their prompting is, what does great look like? LLMs are designed to be experts at pattern recognition. And sometimes when we just use general words, just like humans, it might not understand what you mean by engaging. What engaging means for you will be different from what engaging means for someone else. And of course, danger zones. And the reason why we call them likely fails at PLAI is, imagine if you were in front of a colleague. You know the things that someone on your team or the people around you might get wrong. People always include a paragraph that's too long, or they don't include the right brand message so it doesn't hit home. Or maybe they use language that isn't really aligned to the audience. So what are those things? And what are the responsible AI focused danger zones? How can you say to it that you need to ensure that every time it links to a statistic, it references it and it ensures is the correct one? Make your job easy as human in the loop. And then finally, giving it examples of brilliance. I don't know about you, but when I'm learning, if someone sits in front of me and says, all those things I explained to you, this is what that really looks like, then I can learn a lot faster. I can understand it. I can get it. I can see the patterns. And the exact same thing goes with ChatGPT or Claude or whoever you think. The second one, don't just have conversations, use that beautiful voice. If you prefer typing, type it out. But if you can use your voice to do it, then let it sing, chat to it, rant to it, share ideas. Think about the ways that you could go for a walk, have a conversation with yourself, with teammates. My colleague Esther and I often will rant and have curious, wild ideas for 2 or 3 hours on Zoom. And then we use the transcript of that to help us piece out all of the different puzzle pieces, help us see the system, the key messages on what we're doing. And I love Esther. Wild rants, they are very wild for anyone that would listen to them. So use that voice and really try and think of those different ways. And I promise you, in your role right now, you have what you need. You know what an incredible fundraising appeal looks like. You know what you want out of a strategic framework that you're writing for the board. And the stuck moment in prompting comes in the space between what is in our hearts and in our heads and the keyboard. And that's what we need to remove. Get rid of that friction and enter into more playfulness. Now we have 2 amazing free tools to share with you that we're about to use right now. One is our PLAI prompt optimizer. Our team uses this all the time. We've designed tiny little details into it. If you are on paid ChatGPT, you can use that. If you're not, click the cheat sheet below. So Stephen's going to share 2 links, the prompt optimizer, and then secondly, the cheat sheet. And that prompt optimizer instruction is in the cheat sheet itself. So you can use it on other tools like Claude, like Gemini, etc., etc. Okay. So let's play. I'm going to actually show you that in practice and how quickly we get out. Now, we did this session yesterday, but I'm going to challenge myself a little bit more. Whoever can put their job title in the chat the fastest, I'm going to do some work for you today. So can someone share their job title? And I am going to show you just how, bam, grant professional. Okay, no, wait, development director. Who was first? Okay, I think it was a development director, but Katie, I know a bit more about grants than being a development director, so I'm going to go with that one today. Okay, let's change screens so you can all watch me as we go. Beautiful. You should be able to see my ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, what's up? Today, I have a challenging task for you. I'm a grant professional and I need to write a grant research brief. Now, it's really difficult to write that. So I want you to not write it for me, but take me through the strategic process and the design process and all the questions that you might ask me to be able to come up with a comprehensive research brief for me and my team to find all the most relevant grants for our organization. Now, I work for a health nonprofit that works in youth mental health. So we need to find grants and organizations and funding prospects that are really aligned to our cause. Now, the thing I want you to do is really guide me. I want to learn about the process. I want to see strategic thinking in your approach. I want to see systems thinking and all the goodness. Now, I'm going to stop there because of our timing. Otherwise, my wonderful COO, Stephen, will be commenting me on the chat, time's up soon. But let's put that in so you can see how I naturally just spoke to it. Give it what you know. Enter into that conversation. And I said, perfect. This is the challenge I like. You want me to hand you a finished brief, but you want the thinking process first. So here we go. We've got the purpose of the brief, identity and positioning, funding needs, etc. And we've got all this. And I'm going to stop it there. And I'm going to use my favorite prompt. Give me brutal feedback from the perspective of a 50 years experienced grant professional. Be cutthroat, I can handle it. And let's see what it comes up with here. So here we go. It's way too vague. You're only using bullet points. What about the funding appetite, the research beforehand? Your criteria is sloppy. So again, it goes deeper and deeper. I'm not going to read it all out to you now, but you can see how entering into that back and forth allows you to get into that curious flow, into the rhythm. And really what we're trying to do with prompting, especially when we're starting out, is to not have to make it perfect, okay? We use a simple format. We speak it out like we would a colleague. We know what's important. We use our voice. We get into a back and forth conversation. We optimize that with a free tool or with a pre-written prompt. Then we play around. We give it feedback. We ask it to spot the differences. And in that prompting cheat sheet, there's lots of back and forth conversations that you can use to get it deep. Now, a lot of those seem the same. They're not. Small words matter. But that's why we've given you those tools, okay? And over time, create a Word document just like we have with the cheat sheet guide. Make it open, get your colleagues to add there. What failed? What succeeded? What was like an awful flop and potentially a high risk thing? Okay, share those, experiment together. Now that's it from me. We would love to see you more. We've got another Spark coming up and then 2 more this afternoon. If you want more of these Spark sessions, we run these sessions between 10 and 60 minutes all year round. You can invest in an AI Sparks Pass. We would love to see you there. Or if you're ready to go deeper, strategic workflows, prompting, optimization, then we'd love for you to join our AI capability immersion. Thanks to our partnership with Fundraising AI. We heard that you want to keep learning. We created this based on research and insight from all of you. If you want some more resources, we want free resources all over the place. Ali K. Miller, legend of AI, has a prompt anatomy guide for multiple different tools. It's in there in the chat. Stephen's put it in. And then secondly, ChatGPT, it goes wrong all the time, doesn't it? There's a troubleshooting guide. We are working on a bunch of other resources for the nonprofit sector. So check it out, join Sparks, or if you're ready to dive deeper, go into our capability immersion. That is it from me. I love these sessions with you. Enjoy the rest of your summit and hope to join you in 3 minutes for another one in another room. Thanks, everyone. Bye.